Lenawee County. My name is Bryan Vish, and this is the WLEN Evening News. Lenawee County officials are again weighing a $55,000 contract with Flock Safety to install automated license plate reading cameras across several rural townships. The proposed surveillance system, postponed in May, returned to the Criminal Justice Committee for further discussion on Thursday. The Flock Safety system captures still images of passing vehicles, helping law enforcement identify stolen cars, suspects, and missing persons. The initial plan includes a camera in Macomb, Ridgway, and Palmyra townships. Sheriff Troy Brevier submitted the request under the Criminal Justice Allocation Fund and emphasized the system's crime-solving value. The committee reviewed detailed documentation, including privacy commitments, case studies, and network benefits. Year 1 costs are set at $29,800 with a recurring annual fee of $25,250. The system would integrate with state and national hot lists, offering real-time alerts for wanted vehicles. Commissioner Kevin Martis expressed concern over civil liberties, saying the technology adds to the steady erosion of privacy, though he expects the sheriff's office will use it ethically.
I've always been concerned about the slow erosion, but continual erosion of our civil liberties. That's not to say I don't respect the internal policies that our sheriff's department has to protect our data and use it in a responsible way, but it'll require further monitoring. I had hoped that they would limit our data retention to only 72 hours because they'd still have access to the rest of the networks. That doesn't appear to be the flavor of the commission, but I am confident that once implemented here, it will be done within ethical bounds.
The committee has not yet voted on final approval. Public input and further board-level discussion are expected later this month. The full Board of Commissioners will likely consider the issue as a whole. Some members are calling for increased scrutiny of surveillance and data sharing policies before a final decision is made. The Lenawee County Fair will receive full-time law enforcement support this summer under a $40,337 agreement with the Lenawee County Sheriff's Office. The contract was finalized Thursday and covers 7 days of security and crowd control at the fairgrounds. Sheriff Troy Brevier submitted the request to the Criminal Justice Committee, citing long-standing cooperation with the Fair Board. The agreement formalizes services typically provided in prior years, including coverage by deputies, mounted patrol, reserve officers, and dispatchers. The contract covers deployments from July 20th to July 26th, including daytime supervision, gate patrols, overnight reserves, and on-site dispatch support. A designated supervisor will serve as the main point of contact between the Fair Board and the Sheriff's Office each day. Any increase in the estimate must be jointly approved by both parties. The contract outlines specific responsibilities, including standby presence during parking disputes and limits on search authority unless legally justified. With fair attendance expected to draw large crowds, the Sheriff's Office will begin preparing staff schedules and logistics immediately. The agreement allows termination within 14 days' notice and may be renegotiated by either party at any time. Tecumseh police have arrested a suspect in connection with a non-life-threatening shooting that happened early Thursday morning. A 34-year-old Tecumseh man is in custody following the incident, which took place just after midnight at Indian Crossing Trails near Standish Dam in the 200 block of Birch Street. Investigators say the shooting was the result of a dispute between known parties who met at the location. Gunfire was then exchanged, and police say the incident was targeted and isolated. There is no ongoing threat to the community. Anyone with information is still asked to contact Detective Androvic at 517-423-7494, extension 218. The investigation remains active, and more updates are expected. A recent visit to Kent County's recycling facilities gave Lenawee officials a glimpse of what's possible with the right mix of infrastructure, funding, and community engagement. The trip was part of the Michigan Recycling Coalition Conference held May 13th through the 15th and included tours of Kent County's self-sustaining materials recovery facility, and compositing site. Their main recycling hub not only sorts and processes waste efficiently, but also features a second-story educational center where residents and students can watch the system in action. The compositing site, visited shortly after Mother's Day, showcased how even seasonal waste, like discarded flowers, can be repurposed instead of dumped, reinforcing the importance of continuous public education. Solid Waste Program Coordinator Julie Maurer expanded on the lessons Lenawee can draw from this visit.
I really appreciated their focus on education. They had a whole facility and taking people and kids especially and talking to them about recycling. So any improvements that we would make in the future, I would definitely want to include an education component. And I do like how their goal in everything they invest in is about reducing the waste sending to a landfill and not just we're going to invest in making more places to put trash.
That was Solid Waste Program Coordinator Julie Maurer. The visit underscored a key takeaway. Long-term success in recycling depends on the infrastructure and earning community buy-in to keep the system running effectively. Now, let's take a look at your Friday evening forecast here in Lenawee County. As of 5 p.m., skies remain cloudy with a temperature of 72 degrees. Winds are light from the northeast at 4 miles per hour, and humidity sits at 67%. Rain chances have dropped off through the afternoon, now hovering around just 10% through the early evening. Cloud cover will persist into the night, but skies may begin to break up slightly after midnight. Overnight lows are expected to dip to around 55 degrees, with just a slim 15% chance of a stray shower. Tomorrow, on Saturday, it'll be sunny with a high near 79. Winds will be light and variable out of the northeast, and rain chances stay low, around 3%. Looking ahead to the weekend and beyond, Sunday morning we have showers possible, then mostly cloudy, with a high of 74 and a low of 59. Monday it'll be partly cloudy with a high near 77, breezy from the southwest with a low around 56. Tuesday mostly sunny and pleasant, a high of 74, low of 57. Wednesday will be bright and warm with full sun, a high of 83 and a low of 65. And Thursday will have a high of 86 and a low of 65. So while clouds are still hanging tough for now, sunshine and warmer days are just around the corner. That's your WLEN weather report. Now, back to the news. County Administrator Kim Murphy says budget planning is already underway for 2026, and this year it's anything but routine. With uncertainty at the state and federal level, officials are navigating possible changes in revenue sharing, grants, and legislation. Behind the scenes, it's hours of collaboration, departments, elected leaders, and staff working to stretch every tax dollar. The focus? Essential services, public health, senior care, emergency response, and infrastructure. Murphy emphasizes that budgeting isn't just about dollars, it's about people. Every investment is being weighed for both immediate impact and long-term value. As planning continues, the county promises regular updates and encourages public engagement to help shape future priorities. Lenawee County officials are exploring ways to integrate food waste collection into existing yard waste programs, a low-cost method to boost composting. The idea leverages infrastructure already in place, such as municipal compost sites, by encouraging communities to accept fruit and vegetable scraps alongside leaves and grass clippings. Officials say minor changes in handling could lead to major gains in landfill diversion and sustainability. Incentives and education are being considered to help municipalities make the shift. Facing long-term funding uncertainty, Lenawee County is exploring a membership-based model for its organics recycling program that would shift costs to participating residents and businesses. The idea comes as grant funding becomes less reliable and the state pressure continues to create self-sustaining waste programs. Officials say a paid membership could support ongoing composting efforts without relying entirely on state dollars. While still in early discussion, the model would likely include access to drop-off sites or scheduled pickups, with details to be determined in the coming months. And that's your WLEN Evening News. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend.